Good afternoon, this is XERFIX. In this video, we will talk about how the Titans appeared and what purpose they pursue. The first appearance of Titan became in the 18th episode of Season 6. It starts with how the big cameraman is attacked by several Skibidis at once. Then immediately appears an enemy in camouflage body. He tries to attack the cameraman, but someone's big foot steps on him. His ally decided to also attack him so that he would not capture footage of how easily they can be destroyed. But he flies away in the opposite direction from the impact of the foot and explodes against the house. After that, our character is attacked by a spider, which we saw in the last episode. Now there are much more of them, and we don't know if the original character was defeated or if they are using it to create modifications to him. But someone's hand takes him and squeezes him. Turning around, we see that it is Cameraman. At first, everyone was shocked by what they saw because no one expected such technology, especially since it will be one of the key technologies in the series. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, put a like and a bell to not miss new videos on the channel. The next episode starts with some agents sitting on the roof eating popcorn. The cameraman turns around and we see Titan, who is very easy to deal with the enemies. But here comes the triple Skibidis that we saw in the previous episodes. He attacks our cameraman. He deals with him easily. Only the second head hits him, then he hits it and it flies off in our direction. He also safely flushes that head. Then the devil appears. He tries to attack him, but he grabs his head and uses his core power to melt his face. The last episode of the season starts with him crushing two enemies, but suddenly, G-Man appears and he starts shooting lasers at him. Titan pulls out his shield and defends himself from the laser, moving towards him. But here comes that crazy Skibidi from episode 14. He crashes into the shield, shattering it. Not thinking long, he starts attacking our Titan again. After critical damage, he flies away, although the boss himself keeps attacking him. This episode raised a lot of questions, like why didn't he chase him further? He didn't have the power he has now to match Cameraman, especially since he didn't have any strong allies left at that time. Everyone was defeated. From the picture that they are looking for, G-Man. But as we understand, the enemy doesn't want to say anything. And then he starts to sing his song quickly, thus calling his boss. As they wanted, they saw him. Only two things are not clear. Did they really want to find him? I think they just wanted to know more information about this boss to be able to resist him. Why would he call him there if he didn't want to tell them? Besides, if they wanted to see him, they achieved their goal. The second episode starts with the war between the two factions. We see the leader. He shoots lasers at the cameramans, but at that moment behind him, two enemies have climbed on top of him, and they are trying to wash him off. They seem to succeed, and he starts to wash off, but he stops at the end, killing two enemies. It's weird, because if there had been a titanium, then they would have been done with him for good. They just didn't know he wasn't flushable. Especially then, the cameraman is killed by a multi-headed enemy to show off the new technology. Now we don't see characters like that anymore. The 23rd episode starts with the cameraman being repaired. We also see new allies, engineers, or mechanics. There are also scientists there. But suddenly, the gate of this bunker opens and some Skibidis run out of there. They notice that Titan is here. They start to turn around and run away, but he fires a small volley at them, soon exploding. In this episode, there were also many questions. For example, why did they come to this particular base? This is due to the mission of destroying all their enemies, so once they found the base, they wanted to destroy it. Why didn't we see an attack on this base for the rest of the time? I think it was due to lack of power and fear of being destroyed. So no one went there, and now we don't see that either. They also may not have gotten a message about where their squad was, so they couldn't find a way to find the squad. because we all know how they have feelings, just like humans. There was another question. Why did they decide to run away from the Titan? I think they were afraid to take part in the battle somehow because they knew they were defeated. But why didn't they even try? I think their priority was to report to the boss about where their main enemy was. What about the rest of the Titans? The Speakerman only appeared in episode 26, so we can assume that he was created with his army. The army was created before Cameraman was repaired, so they tried to quickly make their own Titan who could help them. Only their idea failed after a few episodes. The scientist was preparing a parasite originally for another enemy, but he decided to get a power that would also help him in taking over the world. Since then, he was always with G-Man and the scientist, which gave them an advantage in destroying all the agents. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and put a bell to not miss new videos. What about the third Titan? TV Man appeared with this situation, only this time he just lost in a fight against two strong opponents. If Speakerman did not help, then he was able to easily deal with them. This Titan was able to much more than the last Titan, because in strength, he is equal to Cameraman. Yes, now he is no longer equal, but if he is improved, and after that he will appear again in the series, he will be stronger than any Titan. Episode 64 showed how the enemies lead the Titans to the trap. Their capture will affect the outcome of the battle. In the end, the strongest army will fight against the Titans. Why do I think TV agents are the strongest? Because they each have their own abilities. There are super characters in other factions, but they can't compare. I already said about the return of this Titan, and more than once, because it is one of the main part of the series. Only his agents can fix it. None of the other factions can help in fixing it because they don't know its structure. Its repair is so long because of the big upgrade plus, they have too small army. Even if they have a powerful force, they are not able to quickly build their allies. Especially now, we rarely see them because there is no point in them appearing. 1. Two Titans can easily cope without them. 2. The main task is to fix their boss so that they are envied, and in case of danger, he protected everyone. All Titans were created by their agents. Each Titan was strong in its own way and with its own skills that easily cope with their tasks. We saw a lot of what could happen to the Titans. Imagine the capture of TV Man or Cameraman. Probably then not one agent could not survive, or they would create another faction that is able to defeat their enemies. What do you think? Write in the comments. I would also like to know what you would see other Titans if they were captured. Well, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.